Thank you so much, Saku. And I must say, when you mentioned earlier that all of these 100 innovations are little miracles, I couldn't agree more. And in our case, I want to say, yes, we are a miracle too. We have just, in 3.5 years, reached 94,000 children. I'm proud to say across 14 countries in 6 continents. And the reason, or one of the prime reasons we're a miracle, is due to Sir Ken Robinson, who was our founding patron and who has so imbued his work with all of his extraordinary passion, commitment, brilliance and generosity. And I really want to say that because so much of this summit has so rightly been about extolling Ken, whose legacy we are all fulfilling. Success stories. For us, the only success we ever want to claim is transformation of our children in that optimal window of opportunity that we have. And we only have one such opportunity prior to the age of 6, where we are able to set the foundation. And no, I'm not giving up on children or youth or adults and lifelong learning above the age of 6. I'm simply saying you can only set foundations once. And so for us, I want to just give examples, briefly, of the success of how we have impacted our young learners. A little girl in Sri Lanka, whose mother dropped her at school and came rushing into the teacher and saying, what have you been teaching the children now, right now, like yesterday, or I need to know, please, it's very important. The teacher said, well, we have a new program called Think Equal, which we've just started. Tell me what has happened and I'll explain perhaps. The mother said, look, I have a major problem in my home because my daughter, who's, by the way, 3 years old, this child we're talking about now, right? My daughter doesn't like dark skin, said the mother. So much so that the maid we have at home, who's been in our family for generations, and I cannot sack this maid, she's part of the family, but my daughter won't let her near her. Now, in the morning, it's okay. I dress her, I feed her, and I bring her to school. I then go to work, and when I come back from work, my daughter is starving because she will not let the dark-skinned maid near her. The mother dared to say she was born that way. The reason she was agog with excitement and wanted more of what the teacher had been teaching her was this. That morning, as she was getting her ready to school, for the first time, she sees her daughter caressing her maid's arm and saying, look, you are dark brown like chocolate, and I am light brown like cinnamon. And do you know that we are one brown family? Why? Because in thinking, we teach tangible and concrete, completely concrete and prescriptive. We teach them that if I was white, then that would match me, but it doesn't. And if this little girl here were black, then what color is her hair then? Can anyone tell me? So we are one brown family, just different shades of brown. Now that is but one example of the 90 lesson plans per level. We have 3 levels for the 3 to 6-year-olds. We have therefore 270 lesson plans that have been created with the input of Ken, Vicky Colbert, the 2 co-founders of the Yale Center for Emotional Intelligence, etc. 200 plus resources and critically 80 narrative picture books, which we have created to experientially teach empathy, the glue that holds it all together. I'm going to hand over now to my wonderful CEO, Giulia D'Amico, who will tell you about a success we've had in the face of COVID.
Thanks, Leslie. Um, Back in March 2020, in consultation with the World Health Organization, we have developed a book with activities specifically thinking about parents and families with kids in lockdown at home. The idea was to helping them coping with COVID-19 and at the same time find a way of explaining it to children, to their kids, why they were not able to see their friends and they were supposed to stay in house and not going to school any longer. In a moment of time when the world was asking us to maintain social distance and is still asking to do that, we believe that kids should be more than ever connected emotionally. So physical distance is understandable, but the emotional connection is the part that we have been trying to achieve with these books and activities for parents.